Good morning and welcome to this week's Small Business Town Hall. I'm so glad to be here with all of you. My name is Sabina Matos. I'm the Lieutenant Governor for the state of Rhode Island. And as you remember, this is the forum in which we share information with you about what's happening with this business community, especially our small business community. Today, actually, we have a full agenda. We're going to hear first from Secretary of Commerce, Liz Tanner. Then we're going to hear from the director of the U.S. Small Business Administration, the Rhode Island office, Director Mark Hayward. And we're going to hear from the director of the Department of Labor and Training, Director Matt Welbom. Then we're going to hear also from the Department of Business Regulation. It's going to be Director Beth Dwyer. As always, we're going to hear from Chris Parisi, who tells us what's happening, what he hears in the community when it comes to a small business. And then we have a special guest today. We have the city of Pawtucket. There is so much going on in Pawtucket. And we're going to have Mayor Gravian, and who's going to be joining us also. And we're going to have Senator Sandra Cano, who is the Director of Commerce from Pawtucket. So as you can see, we have a full agenda, a lot of good information for you. So let's start right away and let's bring Secretary of Commerce, Liz Tanner.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Governor. Appreciate it.
Wonderful. So good to be here with you, Secretary Tanner. So what can you tell our audience of the Small Business Forum Town Halls, what is going on at Commerce and what they should know about?
Well, considering you have such a full agenda and wow, a special guest of Mayor Grebian, how lucky are you to have him on board today? I just wanted to kind of go over a few things. I like to call it past, present, and future. So we have two programs that we still have to come out from the Rhode Island Rebounds program. And the first one being a ventilation program. So that'll be coming out in the beginning of the year. So if you are a business owner and you are looking to have ventilation services, installations made in your business, there should be a program to assist you with that financially. We're also going to be having a technical assistance program. This one's actually very exciting. It's going to be run for Skills for Rhode Island's Future program. And what that's going to be coming out around the beginning of the year as well is a program that allows small businesses, those that have made less than $1 million per year, to apply for and receive up to $10,000 of technical assistance. So that could be hiring a lawyer to do some succession planning. That could be hiring a bookkeeper to help you understand your financials. That could be having an accountant to analyze your future growth. That could be a marketer. That could be web services. There's lots and lots of different things. And so that's a really, really exciting program that we look forward to presenting to the business community. Another thing is we're really trying to, the now part of it is we're focusing a lot on food and understanding how to have a small food business really grow to the next level. So if there's any businesses in that space who would like to help us understand their pains and what they want to share with us so that we can understand what gets them to that next level, we're very interested in talking to them. We're also spending a lot of time looking at our international efforts. Rhode Island was the winner of a major award over in the country of Estonia as the Economic Development Agency of the Year. And we hope to be able to have that conference where that award was received at next year. And so it's very exciting to see Rhode Island on the map internationally. And it's resulted in quite a few introductions of international businesses who want to come to Rhode Island, but we also really want to grow our Rhode Island businesses to go overseas internationally as well. We're also spending a lot of time talking to manufacturers about what their needs are. In a post-pandemic world, we're finding that there's just new issues that they have to deal with, whether it be supply chain or workforce or who knows what. And so if there are manufacturers who are having some problems, we'd love to check with them. We're also going to be looking to the future. We're focusing on a heavy strategy of an analysis of our programs to try to see which ones have been most successful and which ones we can improve upon. We also very much care about what the governor says all the time about keeping the momentum. There's so much that needs to be done, projects that are in flux that we want to get completed, and so we're working on that. But I think the biggest thing and the most relevant thing for this audience is the outreach. We can't make change unless we hear from you. And a lot of people say to me, do you really want to hear from us? Do you really mean that? And the answer is yes, I really do mean that. For years, I have been very proud of the work that we've done to go out to talk to businesses, to hear what their complaints and issues are. And then we sometimes fix a regulation, or we change it by legislation, or we fix the process to try to make it easier to do business. And so that is something that I am incredibly passionate about. and would highly encourage a business owner to reach out to me or to call commerceri.com. And Ben, hopefully you can put my thing on the bottom of the screen. There you go. Thanks,
Yeah.
Ben. We really do want to hear what your concerns are. And so with a full agenda, that's all I've got for today, LG. I went through it pretty fast.
Thank you so much. And you reminded me to remind our viewers to go to their RI 2030 plan. Now we're going to start implementing a lot of the work that is there on that plan, but you still have the opportunity to give us feedback. So make sure you go to RI 2030 plan because we want to keep the momentum that we have right now. So
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Secretary Tanner. And now we're going to have the Director of the U.S. Small Business Administration, Director Mark Hayward. Director, welcome back.
It's great to see you twice in one day. That's a privilege for me. And it's a lot of fun. You know, I do have a question for Mayor Grebian. And so when you talk to him, can you just ask him, is it soccer or is it football? I mean, I got to know.
That's a battle.
No, and I know we've worked, SBA's worked very closely with the mayor and with Senator Cano and with the Pawtucket Commerce Department. They've done a tremendous job, and we will continue to do so. And one of the things that I want to talk about is our first 2 months of SBA lending, because after all, what we do is we guarantee the money that the banks are putting out there, and everybody's saying, well, with the economy becoming a little bit soft, what are you seeing? We're seeing a growth from our standpoint in the number of loans. And in the first 2 months we guaranteed 48 loans for $23.2 million, which is pretty significant. But the one thing that I mentioned earlier to you was the fact that we have seen an uptick in microloans. Microloans are serving the smallest of the small businesses that are impacted, and they could be any loans from $500 on to $50,000. But normally we see 5 to 7 a year, Governor, and we've seen 5 in the first 2 months. That's really a good indication because it's showing us that there are people out there that are starting a business. And we've always said that a lot of businesses start in a down economy. Now, I know you know the answer to this question that I'm going to ask, but I had mentioned earlier, what are the cities that are currently on the top of the list? And you had them in order, and you had not seen this document, which I was pretty surprised. But Cranston, Providence, you got Cranston and you got Providence. But the third one kind of surprised everybody with North Smithfield, where 4 loans have been been approved for $2.5 million. And of course, then comes East Providence. I have my heart will always be there. I just got inducted into the East Providence High School Hall of Fame.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Senator Reed came, who's a longtime family friend. It was a lot of fun. But I'm looking on this list for the city of Pawtucket, and just so that you can mention to Mayor Grebian, Pawtucket right now sits at number 10 with only 2 loans approved. So we need to move those numbers up. A couple of other things is there are 2 more days for people to submit their packages and nominations for our small business awards that'll take place in May. We have a number of awards in just about every category. If anybody who's listening to this does have an award or somebody they want to nominate, please let us know at Matt. Let me see. Ben, did you put the website up there again, please? Thank you very much. Rhode Island _DO at SBA.gov. You need to do it right away because we need to reach out to them, Governor, and put a full package, which also includes a picture. But I mentioned to you earlier today that young entrepreneur, something I'm in the rearview mirror on this, but you have to be under 30 or 30 or under by June of 2023. And we now have 2 nominations in that category, but it's always, we have so many young people starting businesses, Governor. We want to continue to encourage them. So if you know of anybody who wants to be nominated for that, just send him along. The other thing is COVID EIDL loans are coming due. When we talked to Washington on Monday, which is yesterday, they said that the tranches were September and January is when loans, it seems like the largest tranches are coming due. If you have an idle loan, please go on to the site and sign up for pay.gov. It is absolutely critical that you sign up. These are not forgivable loans. These are loans that have to be repaid. If you're having an issue with the repayment of the particular loan, we can make arrangements if you have a distress situation where you can defer some of that. You have to pay at least something, but we can defer. But Governor, it's great to see you again. It's been a long time.
Yes.
It's been, I think August was the last time that I was able to participate. And just
Yeah, you took the summer off.
Yeah. Just so that everybody knows, we have fairly strict rules where we cannot engage individuals who are on the ballot for election. And you were on the ballot, and it's 30, 60, 90, and then you were on the ballot in September, and then we rolled right into November. So there was a time period where I was unable to be on, but it's great to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We love to follow the rules, but you and me
Yes.
we're going to Block Island, right? To visit
Yes,
the
we're going to
businesses
Block
this season.
Island. You know, and I mentioned to you, Governor, earlier, I really think that going around the state and, you know, and getting a sense of where everybody is and what some of the needs are of the community will not only help you as the chair of the Small Business Advisory Council, but also will help us from an SBA standpoint, kind of fashion our programs to make sure we're doing what people need.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
Governor.
Director. Great seeing you. All right, so we're continuing with our information to all the small business community. Thank you for your comments. If you have any questions, please make sure to type the question in the Facebook comments chat, and we can ask the questions to the director. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, I just want to remind you, just make sure you type in your question, or we can ask those questions directly. We want to make sure that the directors are accessible to you. And a reminder for those of you that have not gotten your COVID vaccine, please go ahead and make sure to schedule your booster. It's very important. That's the way how we're able to keep our economy open. So next, we're going to hear from the Director of the Department of Labor and Training, Director Matt Weldon. Director, what's happening? Let us know what's the latest.
I know. So in the hour that I haven't seen you, Gov,
Right?
Things are good. I'm going to jump on with what you just said, and I'm going to urge everyone to also go get a flu shot.
Yes.
Lots of flu going around and COVID. You know, we know we've done a lot to be able to deal with it and to mitigate and to continue our lives. So just do your part, please, and consider going to get vaccinated. So let's talk job numbers for just a minute. You know, in our unemployment rate in October, which is the latest data that we have, was 3.4%. And I know some people are saying, wait, isn't that higher than it was before? It is. But I'm going to make an argument as to why that's not a bad thing. And it goes like this. We've added 4,400 people to the labor force in the last 3 months. So when you're talking about jobs numbers or data, we always wait for 3 months to make a trend because there's a lot of movement from month to month. Well, over the last 3 months, 4,400 people that weren't looking for work anymore are now looking for work. And so we have a bigger pool of talent for Rhode Island employers. And actually, I met yesterday with a big employer who told us that in September and October, they had pretty good hiring months. And that's good. That means to me that there are more people available and they're having a little bit of an easier time. Not an easy time, just a little bit easier. So that's good. You know, the labor force is growing. You know, we're still ahead of Massachusetts. We're ahead of Connecticut. And for the 8th month in a row, we have a lower unemployment rate than the United States rate. Those are all good things. 24 states in the country had an increase in their unemployment last month. Almost half the country. One state had a decrease, only one, and it was by 1/10 of a point. So we're right with what's happening throughout the country. You know, we haven't recovered all the jobs that we lost in the pandemic yet, and I think there are a number of reasons for that. One is that we have a record number of Rhode Islanders that are working. And so when you have so many people that are already working, it's really hard to hire them somewhere else and to fill jobs that we may have lost. The other thing is that the economy has fundamentally shifted because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so not all of those are going to come back. What we may be doing is adding jobs in other sectors. Some sectors like construction and manufacturing actually have more employees now than they had before the pandemic. You know, so that's a good thing, but they still need even more. And so our job is to make the connections to help employers get the talent they need and to help every Rhode Islander maximize their earning potential, so maximize their income. So if you have questions or you need assistance in trying to connect with people, maybe you want to host a job fair, we can do that for free. We have a lot of resources we can provide. Go to dlt.ri.gov and you can find info for employers. If you're a job seeker, you can find it for individuals. And there's different ways that we can help you. Or backtoworkri.com also has some ways we can help you. Moving on, I'm anticipating that you're going to ask me about WorkShare. So
Always.
I'll remind you there are 43 companies, and that stayed, between like 30 and 45 for a while. Remember, before the pandemic, we had maybe 12 at the most at any given time. This means that companies are using it, which is good.
We have some new people that are connected today. Could you explain a little bit of the WorkShare program?
Sure.
One of my favorites.
Sure. The WorkShare program is a good program because what it does is it was designed really for manufacturers, but it's expanded outside of that sector. But what it does is says if you have a downturn in your business, if you know that for a period of time, you're not going to have as much business as you had, and you're fearing that because of that, you're going to have to lay employees off, you can use this government program, which will allow you to reduce the hours of your workers without laying them off. And they get paid some part-time wages from you as the employer, and the rest of their income comes from a partial unemployment claim. And because of that, you're able to stay connected to the employees that you have invested in, people that you've trained that have become part of your work culture, people that are part of your work family, and people that are productive and that enjoy working for you. It's hard for people to lose a job and to go out and find a new one, and it's equally as hard for an employer to have to go find new talent and train them up when that downturn is over. And so if you have questions about WorkShare, Ben put it up already, go check it out and see if we can help you and reach out. And the woman that runs it is phenomenal. She's a rock star state employee, very happy to help everybody. I'm very happy to have those conversations and to make those connections for you. I think, and so 43 companies right now, hopefully a good economy would mean that will go down at some point when the economy continues to improve. If there are supply chain issues, if you have a minor disruption, let us help you get through it. Take advantage of the WorkShare program. And then finally, on the Governor's Workforce Board's website, which is www.gwb.ri.gov, there under the news section, there is an announcement that came out yesterday called Workplace or Workforce Accessibility Grants. These grants, for the first time ever, we're offering up to $5,000 per company with a caveat. The company has to have 25 or fewer workers. It's for small businesses. Offering this money for them to be able to make modifications to their physical plant or physical business location. It could be any kind of business in order to make it more accommodating for individuals with disabilities. Both as your employees, that's our goal, is so you can hire people that have disabilities and they can, have the access that they need to be able to do the job for you. But even for anyone else, it's a brand new program. We're trying it out. We're testing it. If it works, we'll be happy to continue that investment going forward. Right now, we just want to see if that's something that small businesses need. We'll pay for 100% of the cost, up to $5,000 per business. Go ahead and check it out. It was on that website that was just up. Other than that, we'll take questions.
Just so you know, Tina is connected and commenting, and she's very happy with that announcement that you just made right now. So great. Tina from RAMP is connected and says RAMP is available to help get the word out.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tina.
Thank you. All right. Any other news from DLT?
I don't think so, other than I'm happy to take questions.
All right. So let me take a look. Ben, is there any question on the chat, anything?
No questions at the moment for Director Weldon.
All right. Great. Okay. Thank you, Director. Thank you so much for that information. Great seeing you again. All right. So we're moving along. I know we had a lengthy agenda where we have now information from the Department of Business Regulation, and we have the Director, Beth Dwyer, with us. So Beth, good to see you again. Are you muted?
I guess someone had to be muted, so I did it for everyone. No one else.
It happens all the time.
I'm the only one, yeah. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for having me. I'll keep it really short because I know you got a very big agenda here. Our website is down at the bottom here, and our hotline's on there. I want to encourage anyone that is licensed by us. So we have lots of licenses here. Financial services, contractors, lots of real estate, auto body. We've got a bunch of things. If you're licensed by us and you see something that you'd like change, please contact us. We can't always immediately change it. Sometimes it's a statute, sometimes it's a reg. There's even sometimes federal requirements. So on our mortgage loan originators and our real estate appraisers, there's certain requirements you have to follow by the federal government. But we'd really like to hear from you, and we'd like to hear anything that you think would make our reach out to the business community clearer. One of the things we're doing here, starting with Secretary Tanner when she was director, is putting everything online as far as applications for licenses. They're online. We're making continuous improvements. Any suggestions? Happy to hear from you again. But that is not a one and done. We are going to continue to work on it and make sure that these applications are as clear as possible to people, and make any adjustments that we need to. So one of the things we're doing right now is professional engineers. That has always been apparently a very cumbersome process. You have to wait till you have to wait 2 years to take the exam while you're doing an apprenticeship, and you've got to submit multiple documents to our office. And we are going to a process where you can take the exam at any time. You still have to serve an apprenticeship. That's all statutory, but you don't have to wait until that's done. Submit stuff to us. You can upload it all to a website where it will be there. So your transcript is there. Your apprenticeship is there. Your exam results are there. That way, let's say you want to get licensed in Massachusetts. It's all there in one place. You don't have to try to find out where everything was and find your license and all of that. We're lucky to be able to do that with the engineers because they have a national organization that's moving that way. But we're looking for other licenses to try to do that and make it as easy as possible for Rhode Island licensees. So I won't take up a lot more of your time, but that is what we're doing right today. But we'd love to hear from anyone that has other suggestions.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Just want to check if you have any questions for those of you that turn in for any of the directors. You can feel free to type that in the comment section, the chat. For the directors that already left the conversation, we can bring those questions back to the next time when we meet here, or we can answer those questions for you in between. So make sure to type in those questions. So Beth, thank you so much for joining us today. Thanks for the information, and looking forward to the next time. So next, I'm going to bring Chris Parisi in, hear from him about the small business community. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Lieutenant Governor, how are you?
It's really good. And I have to tell you, because I saw that he commented on the chat, I went to the new Nicobella location on Federal Hill on 10th Street. I love it. So I see Daniel is connected also on with us and commenting. So I love the new location. I can't wait to go also to the location in Cranston. So thank you, Daniel, for what you're doing. So Chris, tell us, what do you hear? What's the small business community telling you?
Yeah, there's still a lot going on, right? It just never ends with small businesses because there is so much support we still need. And, we're fighters, so we've never stopped fighting since the beginning of the pandemic, and now dealing with these macro issues. But there's some local things as well that we can always, get some help with. So what we're going to be doing is sending out a set of surveys to all of our members. So there's over 1,600 in our database, to really get directly from them, what are your top priorities? If you can have any wishes on the new budget, what would those be? Are there any regulations that we can really focus on? So we're going to do a survey, as well as reaching out one-on-one to our small business owners in our coalition, and then compiling that report and sending it over to folks like yourself, the governor, Secretary Tanner, and others, so that you can get the information directly to make the changes that we need for our great state of Rhode Island.
Thank you, Chris. I just want to say, I know there are some comments on the chat right now, the commenting on the Facebook Live. How can those individuals, those business owners that have some concerns, can connect with you and join the coalition?
Yeah, so we have a new website up. It's risbc.org for Rhode Island Small Business Coalition. If you go on our website, there'll be a big button there that says join the coalition. So we finally graduated to a paid membership program where we can then have the resources to invest into providing services, advocacy, and communication to our small business members. So we urge everyone to go to our website, sign up, and you can begin to go into our small business portal. And then with that portal, we're able to connect members with each other. We're able to have industry groups so that they can have a forum. We can vote directly through that portal. So the more members that we have in there, the more we're able to advocate for ourselves. So please go to www.risbc.org.
Thank you. And I just want to take a look. There's some comments from Adriana Bonilla has some feedback regarding Providence. So Adriana, if you can connect the coalition, and also I'm going to make sure that my office, if you can reach out to us. I know my team is going to add our contact information so we can put you in contact with the right person, also the city of Providence, and we can work with you and with your business.
And I think there's a great small business association called Innovation Studios that has a Broad Street location for their what they call their small business bodega.
Yes.
So, maybe they would be able to help out Adriana as well. So there's a lot of resources between the coalition, the city, Lieutenant Governor's office, and all these great business support organizations out there.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. So we're going to be hearing from the city of Pawtucket next. So finally, we get to Mayor Gravian and Senator Cano. We want to hear about Pawtucket, what's happening there. So Ben, when you had a moment, can you bring them on? Hi, Senator.
Buenos dias, Lieutenant Governor. I'm
Buenos
so happy
dias.
to be here with you, and thank you for having us. The city of Pawtucket is really awesome, and we are very excited to collaborate with you on these amazing Facebook Live that you put together. So congratulations on doing this, because it's all about making sure that our small business community get those resources.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I know that the mayor was trying to connect. I don't know if he's going to be able to.
So he's trying to get IT fix his audio issues in the office. But in the meantime, I'm here on behalf of Mayor Gravian and the city. So I'll be happy to start, talking about whatever you want us to highlight about our great city of Pawtucket. As you know, I became the Director of Commerce just at the beginning of this year, and it's really, really awesome to get to work with the small business community and get to really promote our cities so businesses really see Pawtucket as their home.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Senator. And so I want to remind all the viewers right now, Senator Cano has double hat. She's the senator, but she's also the Director of Commerce for the city of Pawtucket. So I can't wait to hear from you. I would like to know what is happening in Pawtucket, what is the small business climate right now? If someone wants to open a business, how they go about in Pawtucket?
So thank you, Lieutenant Governor. It's a lot going on in Pawtucket. And first, I'd like to say that we have a logo that says, join the evolution. Truly is an evolution happening here in the city of Pawtucket. I'll tell you that we do have a city that is welcoming a lot of industries, and there is a lot of economic development happening. So there is opportunities for you to join our city. I'm here to help. But I'll tell you, we started a initiative called Pawtucket Promotes, where we wanted to make sure all Rhode Islanders get to really understand the amazing small business community that we have within our city. So every month during the last year, or every other month, depending on the scheduling, we've been partnering with an organization to highlight a small business and to bring resources, networking, and technical assistance to that place, so we can support connecting the small business owners with resources that you just highlight today
Yes.
with the state or with partners that we have, such as the SBDC or the SBA, or we have a technical assistant program that we launch with Progreso Latino for the minority and small business community, when they do, go to the business and they do one-on-one technical assistance, and they find a way to support and grow their business. We also have done very good job of making sure that our businesses that have been highly impacted by COVID have different resources at the moment. So we created through the Pawtucket Business Development Corporation here at the city, we created a COVID loan the business could apply to. We have a team that is really eager to help and always eager to like really hang hold the applications with you, like do it together. And we also, as part of that loan program, we have a forgettable loan program up to $5,000. So people in the small business community could get up and just kind of recover from what has been happening throughout the pandemic. We've been very, very active on that. Apart from that, we have created this initiative where we understand that the city of Pawtucket really wants to get to the businesses instead of asking for them to come to us. We're going to them. So created this partnership with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and we have a bus, and we do a small business bus tours in the city, in different locations of the city. And Lieutenant Governor, we invite you to come to one of those. Like, it's really fun to go in the bus with partners that really provide resources to the businesses, and then get to them and just provide the information right at their door. Because
Yes.
that makes a huge difference.
I would love to come for sure.
Extremely successful, and and it's also very fun. Like, we'll just make it really, really fun. And last but not least, you heard there is a lot of development that is happening with the excitement of the new soccer stadium. And
Yes.
the surrender area is really, really coming into place, where a lot of people are really showing interest on being in our city, and we're here to help. But not only the stadium, I know the state of Rhode Island also has helped the city to have a train station that hopefully we get it open at the beginning of 2023. So all of that creates a very good opportunity for our small business community and for people that want to invest and be here in our city. Our team is always welcoming and is making sure that you make Pawtucket home. We have created a video for the first time, Lieutenant Governor, that really target different industries. We're very proud of our brewery and distillery industry. And then so we created this video and we just launched it in October. And stay tuned, because you're gonna receive an invitation for the beginning of January. And we're going to come out with the 2023 strategic planning for commerce, where you will be able to see another video that is going to portray all the good gems in our community, from the small businesses, the arts, our diversity. And not only that, but also it's going to provide you with a good report of what commerce has been doing and how we can help you be here. So we have a lot of information. I know I gave you a lot. I want to make sure I could get some time to answer some questions. But most importantly, I want to say thank you for your partnership. Thank you for everything that you do at the state level to make sure municipalities such as Pawtucket really get connected to those resources. I know Commerce does a great job. The SBA with Mark, like always, is ready to help. DOT, talk about workforce development. We are making sure that our residents connect with jobs locally. So those job fairs are really, really great. And the list could go on, but I want to make sure that I highlight a little of the great excitement that we have here in our community.
Yeah. Thank you, Senator. I wanted to ask you if anyone would like to contact your department, the city of Pawtucket. It could be a small business that has a question about Pawtucket in particular. What would be the best contact? And if you can whatever is easier, they give it to us so Ben can put it in the information and my team can put it in the comments so it stays with the recording that way. That would be helpful.
Sure, Lieutenant Governor. Absolutely. You could always reach out to me and my department. The number here is 401-728-0500, and the extension is 356 if you go and talk directly to me. But you could always do it also through an email, and I'm going to just put it in the chat so Ben can help me. escanoapataqueri.com. You could reach out to me anytime. We have very diverse team that could help you. Like if you also doesn't speak, if you don't speak English, we also have like a team that could help you, because that's very important here for our city to make sure that everybody is welcome. Lastly, we do have a great excitement project that we're doing together here in the Commerce Department. We're going to ramp up and then probably launch on the website. Our website is a little updated. We want to make it very interactive and making sure that people get information in different languages. So stay tuned for that, because we're really excited about that.
Great, thank you. So I have a final question for you, because Director Hayward was waiting for the mayor to join us. He wants to know, is it football or soccer?
So this is what I would say. As a Colombian, I would say it's football, right? But I would say that everybody here in the city and in the state is really excited about Rhode Island soccer. So it's going to become like, 18 and a team. And I'm going to tell Mark that he should really, when this is all ready to go, he should really come and make sure that he chooses that football, but it's really to make a goal as of soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the challenge is to see if we're gonna pronounce the R at the end. Yes or no?
It's the funniest thing. No, honestly, soccer is in the blood of many Pawtucket residents, and they cannot wait until this happens. And I think that is going to be one of the things that are going to attract more businesses to our city. And we're already seeing the interest. So I'm really excited about having our own team here in Rhode Island, as long as we continue making sure that everything gets on track to be opening in 2024. We're good to go, Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you for joining us today and for your update from the city of Pawtucket. Just know that this is a venue you can use anytime you want to communicate with the business community. We're here available to you and to the city of Pawtucket.
Thank you for all the work that you do, especially also to support all businesses around the state. But never forget the work that we do every day to create equity on these states. So I know that you've done a lot of work with that, and your previous career, that's what you had a passion to. So I just want to make sure that you know how much we are so grateful for you and your leadership. So thank you, and we're looking forward to working with all of you together.
Looking forward to working with you in that space also of equity moving forward also. So stay tuned. So thank you all. I just want to say before we end, I have to put a plug for a program that we have going on right now within the Office of Lieutenant Governor. We have the Entrepreneurship Challenge, and we're going to put the information in the comments section, the link to the website where you can go. If you know of any high school student that would like to submit an idea, a business plan, they can participate. They have until December 31st to submit their application. If they submit their application and they're going to go through a review panel, the review panel is going to be comprised of small business owners and entrepreneurs here in the state of Rhode Island. They're going to pick 5 finalists, and those 5 finalists are going to come for an in-person presentation on January 28th. So if you know any high school student that has that interest in business, that would like to submit an idea and write a business plan, please tell them about this competition because we want to hear their ideas. This is in partnership with Millennium RI and also with the Rhode Island credit unions. So they are the ones that are putting together the support for this program. Make sure that you let every young person in your life, anyone in high school, know about this program to submit an application before December 31st, because we want our business to be comprised of people from Rhode Island. We want our young people to consider opening business in Rhode Island, and we want to support that initiative. Okay, so make sure that you let them know. So thank you all of you that have connected with us today. We appreciate your participation. Please continue to provide your questions on the chat. We're going to make sure that for the next meeting, with the next event that we have, we answer those questions, but also in between these forums, we're going to have communications with you from my office and from the different department. Thank you all for joining. We're so glad to be here. The next time when we get together is going to be on Tuesday, December 20, and it's going to be at 11:30 a.m. So make sure to tune in. And if you have any question or any particular director that you would like for us to bring for that time, please let us know. Thank you for joining. Enjoy your day.